There is something deeply uncomfortable about John 13. Jesus sits at a table with people he knows will fail him. One will betray him. One will deny him. The others will become confused and afraid, and Jesus knows it all. Yet he remains at the table. The table becomes a place where humanity is revealed. Judas is not an outsider. He has walked with Jesus. He has heard his teaching. He has witnessed his ministry. He has shared his bread. And yet he will betray him. That is what makes betrayal so painful. It comes from within relationship. Jesus knows what Judas will do, and still he welcomes him at the table. There is a warning here for all of us. We often want to understand the failures of other people, but the human heart can deceive itself. We can justify our choices. We can move towards darkness long before anyone else sees where we are going. So the question is not simply, how could Judas do this? It is also, what is happening within me that I may not yet see? Then there is Peter. Peter is different. He genuinely loves Jesus. He genuinely believes he is ready to follow him. He even says, I will lay down my life for you. But Peter does not yet understand his own weakness. He knows his intentions. He does not know his limits. Jesus does. Peter will deny him 3 times. Sometimes our greatest weakness is not that we do not care. It is that we believe our own strength will be enough. Peter had to discover that it was not, and that discovery would become part of his transformation. Peter's failure did not become the final definition of his life. He eventually returned, and Jesus restored him. Peter learned something his confidence could never teach him. He could not sustain his faithfulness simply through the strength of his own devotion. He needed grace. And perhaps that is something we all need to learn. Failure is real. Weakness is real. Sin is real. But none of these has to have the final word. Christ can confront our weakness without abandoning us. And then, immediately after Judas leaves, Jesus speaks about love. Love one another, just as I have loved you. That is remarkable. The community Jesus commands to love is not a perfect community. It contains a betrayer. It contains a future denier. It contains confused and fearful people. Yet Jesus calls them to love. Not merely when people are easy to love. Not merely when trust has never been broken. But as he has loved them, Christ-like love is self-giving. It is faithful. It serves. And it remains visible even in the presence of human failure. The table. Perhaps that is why the table matters. Around it are ordinary human beings. People who can love. People who can fail. People who can deceive themselves. People who can become afraid. And in the middle of them stands Jesus. The table reveals humanity, but it also reveals Christ. He knows, he remains, he loves, and he calls us to follow him. Judas walks into the darkness. Peter discovers that his strength is not enough. Jesus remains faithful, and that leaves us with a question. Not simply, which of these people am I? What will I do when Christ reveals who I really am? Will I hide? Will I harden? Will I walk away? Or will I allow grace to teach me who I am and who Christ is? The final word around the table is not Judas's betrayal. It is not Peter's denial. It is Christ's command. Love one another as I have loved you. The table reveals humanity, but Christ remains faithful.